Hey guys, so I've been getting a lot of how do I lose weight questions. And it's such a broad question. There's so many different answers to this question and so many different things to do to lose weight. The first obviously is to be and get healthy. Weight loss, as I always say, is a natural byproduct of that. That said, when I first started out and I wanted to get healthy and lose weight, time was something that I had to settle in with. And I know a lot of you don't want that. You know, like, well, how long did it take you? And how long can I expect? And I've been on a plateau for a week now. What's up with that? Really, time. You need time to lose weight. You need time during those plateaus, which I think a lot of the plateaus are your body solidifying where it is and the new changes before it continues down that road. But your mind needs that time. Your mind needs that time to solidify. What happens is when you lose weight steadily over a period of time, a shorter period of time, and you don't have that time to really solidify those habits, you just keep chugging along because you've got your eye on the prize and the end result is going to be fantastic and awesome. What happens when you get there is you're like, cool, sweet, I'm there. And then you go back to your old habits. And then what happens is the weight comes back on. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to lose weight for a wedding or a thing? Or do you want to lose weight and be healthy permanently, long term, for life? So if your answer is the latter, then time is the very first thing you're going to have to solidify yourself to. You know, because when you lose weight over a period of a month or two, you know, a lot of these boot camps and classes have, you know, lose 10 pounds in 1 month or lose 25 pounds this summer. And, you know, when you go that route and you have a substantial amount of weight to lose, and you've got, obviously, if anything like me, a lot of bad habits that followed, that's going to be really short term. You'll probably be successful. You know, you've got a lot of people cheering you on and, you know, great camaraderie, but it's probably not going to be long term. Same with, you know, the diet industry and diet foods and pills and shakes, and that's a whole nother blog. Don't get me started, y'all know. But the problem with a short term, quick weight loss goal is it's short term and quick, and it doesn't last. So, calories in, calories out. This is not conducive to everyone's personality, but it was definitely conducive to mine. I followed, at the time it was Calorie King, it was a few years ago, but now there's myfitnesspal.com, which has a really good food banking site, and it really helped me learn, first of all, what calories in, calories out was, because there is some scientific truth to, if I eat more calories than I expend, I'm going to put on weight, I'm going to store fat. I mean, that's pretty simple, and that was a simple place for me to start. And it literally, I counted calories and learned about calories for about a year, if not longer. Not only learning what I was eating and what those calories consisted of, but how much more I could eat choosing the healthier foods versus how little I could eat choosing the unhealthy foods. So calories in, calories out. If I have, let's say, my calorie intake should be somewhere around 1,800. This is generic, not mine personally per se. If I exercise and work out, and I have a heart rate monitor, which I highly recommend, and I learn through my monitor, not through a website or a guesstimation from a machine, but through my personalized monitor, that I burn 600 calories. For me, that would be pretty high burn. But then I would still have, you know, then it would tack on, that 600 would tack on to my 1,800, and I'd be able to eat that for the day. So your exercise factors into all of that. So calories in, calories out is a really good place to start. It really helps educate you and let you know what you're doing. And I highly suggest that if you start that, you do 1 or 2 weeks without watching what you eat. Just log it. That's it. Just commit to logging it, because that's going to give you a really good benchmark as to where you are right now. And that's important to know. It's not important to know, okay, I'm going to go on this diet and I'm going to calorie count and I'm going to stay within my calories. And, ooh, this is hard. Go on, it's myfitnesspal.com and make yourself an account and just log everything you eat. Be honest with yourself. Every sip of wine, every grape, every cookie, everything, just log it. It's a pain in the butt. It's time consuming. I'm going to tell you, it's worth it. It teaches you what you're doing. When you see how many calories you're intaking, and definitely get a heart rate monitor and log in what you're expending and do the math, you'll see where you are. And you'll see, that'll start to teach you, wow, I'm eating 3,000 calories a day and I'm only burning 400. And, that's it's a huge positive there. I'm definitely going to be continuing to put on weight. It just starts teaching you. The second thing is, when it comes to calories in, calories out, and this is where it can get confusing, because many will say a calorie is a calorie. Is a calorie is a calorie. I mean, we've all seen Subway diets. There was a Starbucks diet. There was a McDonald's diet. You can lose weight just on calories in, calories out. But if your goal is long-term and healthy is in that goal, that's not going to get you far, and you're going to feel like crap. So, and same goes for diet foods. So the next step would be, what calories am I eating? What am I feeding my body? Am I supporting what I'm doing in the gym? Am I giving my body all of the nutrients and the balance that it needs? And again, this is where calorie counting and myfitnesspal.com can help, because you can pick and choose what you're tracking. You can track protein, you can track carbs, you can track all that and see if you're, balancing and getting an even keel. So a lot of people will say, which brings me to my next part, and I watched a video from Elliot Hulse the other day, why junk food makes you stronger, and I'll try to link it onto this. And it was geared more toward bodybuilders and how they can eat, a whole box of Ho-Hos at night and get up and have all the energy in the world for their workout and be big and strong, and they're huge. They're, and how a guy that had written into him had asked, well, I want to do this, but I would like to do it on a clean diet, but I'm lacking in energy and I'm just lagging at the gym and I'm not getting my size, I'm not getting the workouts that I wanted to. And what he said makes sense in what we're talking about as well. And that is, you can't go from, if you've got a habit of going to McDonald's and getting a Big Mac combo for lunch, that's not going to be very conducive to clean eating, right? So I hear a lot of people say, well, this is what I used to do. Now I'm having salads for lunch, chock full of vegetables, and I have no energy and I'm hungry in an hour and da-da-da-da-da. Well, if you look at a Big Mac combo, you've got your carbs, you've got your protein, you've got your fats. When you look at a leafy vegetable salad, you've got your carbs and you're lacking everything else. And, I have nothing against salads. I eat them almost daily. But you got to balance out your salad. If you're having a salad, if the salad is what you're choosing to replace the McDonald's with, add things to it to replace all those other nutrients that you were getting from the Big Mac combo. So, you had a protein with the beef. Well, for protein, maybe put some grilled chicken or salmon or shrimp. You had fat with your mayonnaise and your cheese and all of that. Maybe replace that fat with a healthy fat. Maybe put some nuts in the salad, or slice some avocado and put it in the salad. So, and then your carbs and your vegetables and whatnot. But don't just get rid of what you were eating, rather replace that. Make sure all of those components are there. And I just, if you're wondering who Elliot Hulse is, he's someone I stumbled across on YouTube, and he just has a lot of great videos on, everything. Life. I mean, he's got Strength Camp is why junk food makes you stronger was on. And he has a lot of workout and nutrition stuff going on there. And then his other one, which I think is just Elliot Hulse, is, you know, more on just life. So if you want 5 minutes of inspiration, entertaining inspiration, he's fun to watch. And so check him out. I'll put a link at the bottom. I'm going to post this on Facebook and YouTube and my blog, so I'll link it up. But anyway, couple of things to keep in mind as, you know, you're going through the summer months. You might not lose all the weight that you want to lose within the summer. You know, you go into these competitions, you know, a lot of these gyms have Biggest Loser competitions and weight loss competitions, and they take your measurements and they get you on the scale and they do all this stuff, and that stuff's great motivation. I'm not against that at all. It's great motivation, especially if you have a competitive edge to your personality. You know, it'll help kick you into gear. Just remember that when you're doing all of these things and you're losing 10 pounds in 2 weeks or 25 pounds in a month, or, you know, whatever the promise or the goal is, remember that you want this to be long term. And so even if you're not the winner or Biggest Loser or whatever, if you're losing at a steady rate and you plateau here and there and you allow your body to solidify and you allow your mind to solidify with what you're doing and the changes, you're going to hit your goal. But you have to be patient, and every time you have a setback, and you will absolutely have setbacks, when you do, you know, tell yourself, I'm going to get right back to what I was doing, my healthy eating, my healthy way of life. And if I stick to it, and seriously, this was my mantra for years, if I stick to what I'm doing, even when I screw up, fall off, whatever, which by the way I still do, if I keep doing what I'm doing, it will work. I will get healthier. You know, I mean, I went through a big thing the last 6 months with job change, and priorities shifted, and I put on some weight, and I'm starting to take that off now. And again, I always fall back on that mantra, you know, if I keep doing what I know works and what I know is healthy, everything I'm doing is aimed toward good health, not weight loss, but good health. Everything will fall into place, and this will happen, you know. So I'm hoping, I don't know how long this video is, but I'm hoping I haven't lost your interest and I'm not rambling too much. But I know a lot of you are asking these questions, especially after class, you know, coming up to me and saying, you know, I'm plateauing, or I haven't lost any weight, or how do I lose weight, you know, or I'm frustrated. Keep in mind, number one, always time. You need time. That's it. That is your, you know, magic. You don't need pills. You don't need a diet. You don't need a program. You need time. You need time, education, allow yourself to learn, solidify with what you're learning, solidify your habits to where they actually become second nature, like brushing your teeth, as opposed to jumping from, you know, the water to dry land and just saying, I'm going to switch all my meals to salad and eat 1,200 calories a day. You know, learn, take some time for yourself. Seriously. No fitness professional is going to have the quick answer to that question. You have to, if you want the results, you have to put in the work. And part of the work is learning about yourself and learning about nutrition and exercise and what's healthy and what's not. And honestly, I'm not a nutritionalist. I don't have all the answers. I don't use all the technical terms, but I do read a lot, and I do research, and I read blogs, and I get lots of different people's opinions. I try a lot of different things, and I have over the years. You know, and that's what it takes. What does it take to lose weight? I will always answer the question long term. I will never give anybody the quick answer for, you know, how do I lose weight? Well, restrict your calories, you know, because losing weight and being healthy, for me, that's one and the same, right? If you do the healthy part, the weight loss, if it's needed, starts to happen automatically. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good week. Have a great 4th, and I will see you next week.